We have got some major NFL rumors to discuss, fans. My name is Trace Moustakas. Welcome into NFL Daily by Chat Sports. You can call me Moose, and we have got two big, fat, juicy rumors to get into before the new league year starts. Now, before we do that, thank you for this. Look at that. Our subscriber number looks like a bank account. 401k, and we need your help to get us to 402,000. All we need is 918 subscribers. With that being said, let's get into our rumors. So the new league year starts officially today at 4 o'clock Eastern time, and that's when technically the free agency period starts, but we've seen all of these moves in the legal tampering period on Monday and Tuesday. So technically it starts today. However, we already have seen a bunch of rumors. Now, here is the main one that we have to talk about today because there is one name out there. He's an old guy that has not been signed yet. Aaron Rodgers is still up in the air. Now, the recent reports is that it is down between two particular teams that we will name here in just a little bit. But the number one thing that I want to address is that he is pretty good friends with Pat McAfee. And Pat McAfee retweeted this today. A lot of people think that the Steelers quarterback is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I do think it's the best chance for the Steelers to win. And that's Tone Diggs that made that statement right there as well. But Pat McAfee retweeted this. And if you remember, when Aaron Rodgers announced that he was going to the Jets, he also did it on Pat McAfee. So it's clear that he kind of beats to his own drum. He likes to do his own thing. And Aaron Rodgers, over the last couple of seasons, has been pretty solid. Now, I wouldn't say he's the Green Bay version of Aaron Rodgers that we've been so accustomed to, the Hall of Fame Aaron Rodgers. But for the most part, he's still a top 20 NFL quarterback. I mean, he's right around 4,000 yards in 2022 and in 2024. That 2023 season obviously was when that Achilles snapped. But last year, I don't think the numbers necessarily did it justice. Aaron Rodgers, the back half of the season, was fantastic. Don't get it twisted. Now, the Jets still sucked, but there was front office issues. There was all of the players coming out. The coach got fired, Robert Saleh. So there was a bunch of chaos that contributed to the Jets' woes. And Aaron Rodgers, while he didn't necessarily help the situation, was not the cause of the situation. And when Aaron Glenn got hired, they basically said, look, it's nothing against you. We just need to start fresh. So Aaron Rodgers has kind of been the local talking spot between two particular teams, the New York Giants and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, a couple of days ago, I went on this very show and I said, I think Rodgers is going to be a New York Giant. I've kind of pivoted. The reason I say this is because all of the reports coming out with not only McAfee, but other NFL analysts believe that the Steelers went aggressive towards Justin Fields, and then when he signed with the Jets, they pivoted and started pushing hard for Aaron Rodgers. So now, with all of that new information, I feel like I kind of have to change my song and dance. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is going to end up a Pittsburgh Steeler. Now, run-first offense. Mike Tomlin is a defensive-minded head coach. The pressure on Aaron Rodgers to succeed, in my opinion, is far less in Pittsburgh than it was in New York. And the reason for that is because, unlike New York, where they needed a saving grace, they needed that savior to come in and be the Aaron Rodgers of old, Pittsburgh doesn't necessarily need that. Look at what Russell Wilson did with them last year. And we're going to get to him later on in the show as well. But I think Aaron Rodgers fits really well in Pittsburgh, and this could be his swan song to the NFL. So let me ask you this. Where do you think that Aaron Rodgers is going to play in 2025? Put it down in the comment section below. I'm going to make this the pinned comment of today's video. I want to see as many responses to this as possible. I'm saying the Steelers, but if you think another team, the Giants or whomever, let me know why. Now, before we get into some more juicy NFL rumors, I want to give a great big shout out to our sponsor of today's video, and that is PrizePicks. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. You can make the game more fun with PrizePicks by heading over to PrizePicks and entering the code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is absolutely guaranteed. PrizePicks is the best place to get real money sports action, and you can join over 10 million members if you sign up today. Now, we cooked up a little bit of a prize pick entry ourselves, a little NBA one. Scotty Barnes with the more on the rebounds and the assists, and Josh Hart with the more on the rebounds. And this is exactly what one of your entries could look like. All you've got to do is go over to your app store, click that purple P with the black background, go ahead, it's absolutely free, and get in on the action today. Now, PrizePicks, if you sign up, like I said, you're going to get $50 instantly when you just play $5. PrizePicks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money in as quick as 15 minutes. Again, that code is CLNS for $50 instantly. PrizePicks. Run your game. All right, so now on to our next big, juicy NFL rumor. Cooper Kupp. And listen, with all of the moves that have happened in free agency, Kupp has kind of taken a back seat. But now that everything and all the big names have kind of died down, the Cooper Kupp rumors are elevated. Now, he's expected to be released by the Rams because they have had a very tough time getting anybody to trade for him. And the fall off for Cooper Kupp has been real. I hate to say it, Cooper Kupp fans, and I'm a big fan of the guy. That 2021 season when he won the Triple Crown was one of the greatest seasons an NFL receiver has ever had. But then 2022, he only plays in 9 games. He gets hurt, has 812 yards, which is still pretty good for 9 games played. But he played 12 games in 2023 and 12 games in 2024. So what is this telling you? Well, he's getting hurt. He's not playing full seasons, and his production is dropping off. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that he can't be a great addition to a team. He just won't be a wide receiver one, right? You're not going to see the 2021 Cooper Kupp. So what kind of team would want to trade for Cooper Kupp is yet to be seen. But here's what he had to say about his time in LA and building on his future. I was informed that the team will be seeking a trade immediately, and we'll be working with me, and my family to find the right place to continue competing for a championship. I don't always agree with the decision and have believed that my career was going to begin and end in LA. So this obviously bothered him, right? And why wouldn't it? The guy gave his entire career to one organization, put up some amazing seasons, has one of the best career statistical seasons in NFL history, and they're saying that they need to move on from him. And I get it. But look, Kupp is going to be a Los Angeles Charger. It just makes too much sense. Jim Harbaugh is struggling to find the weapons. They drafted Ladd McConkey last year, and he clearly seems to be their number one right now. If you added Cooper Kupp, Ladd McConkey, and Cooper Kupp together, that's a dynamic duo. Because Kupp will not necessarily command double teams, so you'll have Cooper Kupp on a lot of one-on-one man coverage situations. And he still can beat you off the line of scrimmage. So you might not get 1,000 yards, but is it impossible to think that Kupp is going to be 800 yards, 750, 800, top end being 850? Not necessarily, or not at all. I think that is a real possibility. So ending up as a Los Angeles Charger, to me, would be the best spot for Cooper Kupp. But I'm going to ask you this. Where do you think he's going to play next season? If you think it's going to be the Chargers, type C. And if you think any other team, type O. So could be anybody. The Seahawks, doesn't matter. Any team that basically needs a wide receiver 2 or a low-end wide receiver 1 if you wanted to overpay for him, I guess. Now on to our final rumor, and we're just going to get into this really quickly because it kind of ties in back with what we were talking about with Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson is now in talks with this whole Russell or Aaron Rodgers debacle. It's kind of like a weird love triangle where are they going to stick with Russ and re-sign him, or is Russ going to go end up playing for the New York Giants? And I honestly think the Giants are probably going to end up with Russell Wilson. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to end up signing with the Giants, and then they would have to pivot really, really quickly because their number one quarterback right now is Drew Lock. So they've got to get at least somebody in there. Now, they could address that in the draft, right? It's entirely possible, but I think they want to get an NFL veteran in there to at least show a new draft pick if they go that route, the ropes. So Russell Wilson, probably going to end up a Giant, at least in my opinion. Now, let's take a look at some of the other NFL free agency moves that have happened today. As I said, we are halfway through day 3 of the NFL free agency period. Van Jefferson signed with the Tennessee Titans. Damar Hamlin re-signed with the Buffalo Bills. Trey Brown, full details waiting on that with the 49ers. And then, of course, you've got a bunch of smaller names. Mike Ford signed a 2-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. Derek Forrest signed a 1-year deal. MVS, which is a bigger name, signed with the Seahawks. And then Troy Dye and Rashad Weaver. Again, you're going to see a lot of the smaller names, the guys that are going to be more, depth picks or just kind of like filling in roster need spots are going to be more today. But when huge news happens like the Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, or Cooper Kupp signings, all you need to know is that we have got you covered. So hit that big subscribe button for us. We are waiting for you to join the Chat Sports family. My name is Trace Moustakas. That's going to do it for us today on this video. Be cool.